don't talk too much, you won't get into trouble. But if you talk too much, your trouble will be double.
Man, don't I know it. I got in trouble talking. Why, I was just walking through a town. I met a pretty girl along the street, and she said, "Let's stop in some cafe and get us a bite to eat." I said, "Who you talking to?" And she said, "You." And I said, "Who?" And she said, "You." And I said, "Me." And she said, "Yes." And I says, "No, lady, I don't know you. Well, after all, I couldn't very well take you in. Well, anyhow, I haven't got enough money with me. You see, I mean, it's a long way to pay. Well, I'm a little short. You see, I really would like to know. But I took her, though.
If you don't talk too much, you won't get into trouble. But if you talk too much, your trouble will be double.
Now, after she'd finished eating, well, she just started talking, yap, 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 like women will. And a waiter came over to the table, and he handed me the biggest bill and said, "That's for you." And I said, "Who are you talking to?" He said, "You." I said, "Who?" And he said, "You." And I said, "Me." And he said, "Yes." And I said, "You got the wrong table. There must be some mistake. After all, I mean, $18.50. What did we have? A cup of coffee and a hamburger? Why, don't be silly. It didn't even have any onions. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't pay you that kind of money. But call him. I'll never do. Don't be silly. I paid him, though.
If you don't talk too much, you won't get into trouble. But if you talk too much, your trouble will be double.
Now, I don't know exactly how it happened, but that gal sure hooked me for life. Next thing I knew, I was standing in front of a preacher, and he was saying, "Do you take this girl to be your loving wife?" And I said, "Who you talking to?" And he said, "You." And I said, "Who?" And he said, "You." And I said, "Me." And he said, "Yes." And I says, "No, don't be serious. I only met the girl and took her in for, and maybe I held her and kissed her a little bit. No, I don't want to get married. After all, I'm a little young. My mother wouldn't like. No, don't be. No, I married her though."
If you don't talk too much, you won't get into trouble. But if you talk too much, your trouble will be double.
Now, man, when we got home that night, I was so tired, I was just wishing I was dead. But she was feeling fine. She said, "Honey, it's 2 o'clock. It's time for us to go to bed." I said, "Who you talking to?" And she said, "You." And I said, "Who?" And she said, "You." And I said, "Me." And she said, "Yes." And I said, "All right."
If you don't talk too much, you won't get into trouble. But if you talk too much, your trouble will be double.